Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Hello, everyone. And as again, I will say welcome and welcome back to those who are new and have been on here. And I want to just say a humble thank you, love, blessings from everywhere you are, from every part of this world. We see you. I will be listing that off next time as much as I can promise. But this is your host, Lex, coming at you always from the heart, like I said. And I want to be able to talk to you a little bit extra. Now, forgive me for sniffles and all the ripples. I'm dealing with, as Mr. HBH, heck versus hell, it says a phlegma. Pero, I'm just saying. But it's, it's getting those colder months coming on here. So I'm praying that everything's blessings and healing with everyone. And I want to also let you know that we're going to be doing, I know for sure, by the grace of God, we're going to be doing prayer, meditation, and healing sessions. These are absolutely free to be a part of. And you can also, we're going to be releasing that. And maybe in particular, we'll have it for another email. But I mean, right now, we're really not trying to stock up on the email addresses that we have from different variations of what we do and other platforms of life and business, but somewhere you can just basically send your prayers and requests and so forth, or even maybe a Facebook community for them so we can have some real honed-in focuses. And I'm also going to be having some prayers and some practical tips and stuff also being released and coming back on here too. So if you hear a pause in between, just know that I'm probably clearing my throat a little bit in between. I'm not having any shade, but this is what it is if it has like that, because I have been feeling a little bit, okay, just a little bit under there. So this conversation now, I want to read my synopsis off. This is my little notes. It comes from the spirit, and that's what the Lex Effect is all about. Don't forget, realdoubledosechannel.com. That's realdoubledosechannel.com with the www, of course. And we're also going to be rolling out the Lex Effect, okay, coaching.com coming up. It's almost done. And different things for the illumination of self. We're going to have the wait list coming out there. And I'm excited for the pre-order because it's exciting on getting this journey together and having your feedback to leveling it up to another playing field from what you need answered. All things are done for the grace of what we're here for. So let's get into this. Now, this is called #dating in expectations. Now, #dating in expectations. Now, what I had wrote down from the influence that was given to me from the creator of all things is entertaining or entertainment to go nowhere with someone or a situation and dating for the chance for marriage and expectations. Okay, now I'll make sense in a minute. A little bit better for those in the back, I'm just saying, and repeating the process whilst never upgrading yourself to align with the one within and without, finding yourself to discover the right one. So when I had wrote this, and then my understanding of that is dating in expectations. So when we go on a date or we have one, I notice people, and for me, my journey is different. I'm not going to say the Heyoka walk, but mine is beyond that, the Oracle walk, I like to say, because everyone wants to label themselves as, a goddess. Yeah, it's the goddess over here. Boom. God's daughter, the real terminology. True daughter. Got my qualms and my imperfections, but I'm perfect in my imperfections, but I can't wait to get rid of the imperfections to become perfect once my breath reascends with the one that gave it to me. Amen. But the dating and expectations comes from this line of code, I'll say, entertaining to go nowhere with someone or a situation. So the dating if you're dating someone, men, women, men, and you know that there's no feeling in you to go anywhere with that person, or maybe you felt some kind of introduction into this, where it was, and I'm going to just say right now, just disclaimer, #7 minutes with Lex. 7 minutes with Lex because I have a feeling we're going to be able to break this down. That's the qualm I'm going on, but it's not officially the 7 minutes. I know, but we're getting into this as I go forward. But we'll break it down even more. That's the thought form I want to put the 7 minute part, right? So you can kind of download this fast. But once again, you might get 14 minutes, but bear with me here. But that's the whole thing. I thought about that when people date, so many broken hearts, so many things happen. And I believe Heck was, if you don't know, everyone was speaking about Heck, is Heck versus Hell or Hector Rivera. Hector Rivera, he has this broadcast that comes out every Friday on our syndicate. Check that out. Central Standard Time, whatever, it'll be here. As well as he's co-creating with our TSMA, which is Truth Seekers Mastermind Alliance, that goes on throughout the weeks as well. And just to give you a reference for those who don't know, so just bear with me. But the dating and expectations is when he showed me to this channel. I'm not going to disclose the name because I don't know much about them on that level, but they seem pretty good and legit. But I'm just going to say, I don't know if I'm going to wait to tell him, but it has to do with a cheaters getting busted channel, right? It's just different things, and they do it in a very, clear-cut way. But I look at all the people with the broken heart, right? All the people who are feeling suspect. Now, really, they couldn't have a quote heavy broken heart because they already felt it in order to sign up for that, to have their significant other looked at, but they didn't want it to really be true. And then I think that inspirational feeling was coming from that amidst everything else coming on. But think about that. Why do we date? Some people say, well, there was I think there was the thing that they said on there, which is, basically in some words, I'm paraphrasing kind of, but it was like, why put up with your boy, or why deal with your boyfriend, or skip an opportunity to find your husband? Like basically, like your boyfriend's your boyfriend, but you're not going to lose sleep over it because you're waiting for your husband. And I was thinking to myself, people get mad about the no sex before marriage or doing all this stuff, biblical style and beyond the real principles of life, not to have any partners to remember how things were with so you can compare them to where you are now. Like, it's to the point where, yeah, I get it. You don't know what you're getting in the bedroom with, right? You don't know what's happening. But if you didn't have a memory of it anyway, you wouldn't have anything to go back to. Now, follow me here. But what I'm saying is, for that is, why are you even dating though? Like, even if you date, don't even sleep with somebody though. Like, this is it's for a public announcement. Okay, PSA, stop sleeping, stop taking your panties off and your boxers off. Hey, kiddios, I know you're on here from the ages of probably 12 plus. This is something that'll be a part of life eventually, but close your ears where you need to. But what grown-ups do, well, grown-ups are supposed to do it. I know a lot of people are doing this even earlier than your ages, but I want to be real because I'm speaking to the future son and future daughter and all the ones that I have out here that I see myself as the mother of the world to. Stop being so quick to take your panties off, okay? Stop being so quick. Take your clothes off. Let's say that way it's lighter for you to be, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that. Yes, I did. I said it. Serving up a slice of everyday life is what we're all about here. Okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for nobody. Now, as we have our wonderful guests and different partners coming on and different people and celebs and celebs of the everyday life as well that we don't know out here, we're going to, it is what it is. Stop being so quick to hop in the bed with somebody. And then you come ask yourself later. Now, we all make mistakes. I get it. Mine is celibacy, abstinence, journey and lifestyle. So obviously to your mind, you'd be, oh, well, it's different for you, Lex. No, it's not, because temptation comes in every area of your life, right? Like I said, nobody can say they're innocent of anything, even a thought form. So I'll just let you know, I say that out of love to say, well, what does sex have to do? And if someone's questioning their mind, the ones we get in the RDC email at yandex.com, they'll be saying, oh, well, what does that have to do with a relationship? Like, what does sex gonna mess up? Because it does. You don't get a chance to know yourself even deeper because you're so quick to jump into something. And then on top of that, you give everything away so quick and so fast, there's nothing else to look forward to. That's like going to a restaurant. I had to compare food because food is a universal language amongst anything. But you go to a restaurant, right? And they have a sample platter of everything on their menu. And the samples are big enough, right? A nice size to where you feel fulfilled by it. So you go to the restaurant, you're like, oh, they got the meatballs, they got the cucumber salad, they got the empanadas, they got the arepas, they have the, egg foo young. I'm trying to go international here. They have the, chapati. They have the mofongo. They have I want to say, I forgot what it's called, but it was a Nigerian staple, I believe, or just overall. Don't get mad at me, okay, Nigeria. I'm not saying that it's just for there, but they had the fufu, right? The fufu or the pepper soup, right? As Prophet E says, the pepper soup. But I'm saying, like, ultimately, they have everything on there, whatever your style is, right? It doesn't matter if it was a burrito place, if it was a sandwich place, if it was a vegan place, ice cream shop, but they gave you everything on the menu. And you tried it and you're like, oof, that was good. That was wonderful. Kind of mixed you up a little bit, but you had it. So now they ask you, oh, did you like it? Oh, it was wonderful. I loved it. Okay, so are you ready to order? Order. Oh, now I gotta buy the cow and I got the milk for free. That's what they say, right? And some might say, well, I really like the pistachio ice cream. So yeah, let me get a little cup of that. But it's only a cup they're investing in. They're not investing in the bowl. And they're like, I liked it, but maybe there's something better. I already had the whole menu. It was good. But since they were willing to give me the whole menu, maybe I invested in a cup or not. Let me try something else. So that correlating to what I'll say here is, you know what? Don't cast your pearls to swine. Okay. So you go, hey, you know what, Lex? We had an episode about that, casting your pearls to swine. The chicken was involved, but the pig was committed. We're going to get into that part 2 or 3. Pero I want to say, and pero is a but, or, that's the common for my Latino heritage here. Native roots, brown roots. We understand. We're connected. Irish sprinkles. Love you. So let me, I want to say that because I feel like it's a misunderstatement when people say, it's this and that. It's like that song. I don't know if Life Jennings came out with it. I don't think it was Common. It's called SEX, and it's a good song. It's about keeping themselves to themselves. Now, it was more garnered for, young ladies, and that's very true. But at the same time, I want to make sure everyone knows that it's good to keep yourself to yourself. Because while you get to learn yourself and know yourself, right? Not saying going on some spree, buying all these little toys and getting kinky behind closed doors. I'm saying get to know the self and understand the self, to hear the voice within that's speaking with you and to you, giving you the guidance. And it's almost like you're afraid of letting go of what your sinful nature would be. Well, I still want to do this and I still want to do that. And I like doing this. So I don't want to really connect with what's in. But at the same time, you've been living without. And you've been living without the withoutness for so long that you feel like it's a part of you and your nature. So when you go nowhere with someone, you go with someone following back onto this. Oh, well, I'm going to date this person. They're kind of cute. She's kind of cute or he's kind of cute. Okay, well, they seem interesting. And okay, let's put it this way. When you go on a journey with them, if you realize at that point, even if it's a weekend or a couple of days, and hopefully you're not just giving it up on day one, right? You can say, oh, it's just a smash and grab. I don't think so. That even means even more. You're just out here fondling around just to get your kicks off and possibly conducting to catch something or giving something out that you don't even know is within your body, or possibly popping up babies or giving up babies without parents around or without the mind space or things to get. Nothing's ever going to be a perfect timing, but follow me along here. You're still giving out bad energy, bad understandings of what things are. You're still getting to that. Even if it was a mutual understanding, there's still something sick within you or that person that feels like that would be a wonderful gratification. Now, many of you be like, oh, well, I don't want to hear this because, okay, well, that's your thing. If you don't want to hear it, no, you won't want to hear the truth. So I don't expect you to want to hear the truth, because for you to still like that and call that being so, oh, I just like it. It's just a part of me. Well, why do you feel that you do like it? And at the end of the day, you're always going to look for some kind of love. And if you're not, there's a reason why it hurt you before, you're afraid of it, or it did something to you. And at the same time, if you do want to find love's chapter or let love find you by finding yourself, you would take that step. But at the same time, again, otra vez, you look at it from this perspective and say, oh, gosh darn it, right? Let's say it that way. It's something I'm looking for later in life. Well, why though? Why taint the water now when people still need to drink the clear spots that are it? Take yourself out of the equation and just stick to the sidelines. Everything that you feel, every impulse we have. When I want to go eat a couple extra chocolate chip cookies or do something, that impulse, my nerves, my legs shaking a little bit, my mind, my thoughts, I got to write down this and that. And I'm like, man, I have to catch myself in a moment like, girl, wait a minute. And I know you feel this. Okay, even my friends that are like, going on toothpicks or people that feel like they had a little bit too many brownies. Okay, the XXXXLs. Okay, we're still beautiful. Okay, healthy is the best, but I'm just saying, like, for all of us, no matter where we are in this life, just put a disclaimer. Height, short, weight, whatever, it's still good to have God's original diet, uh, lifestyle, should I say. But you look at that and you think to yourself, man, there's something that's rooted here. If I'm looking for that one down the line, I want to do a checklist. They got to have this, not have so many partners, this and that. But all the while, look at you and yours. Look at the reflection that you give from what you got. It doesn't make a difference how we expect these things out of other people to have in our criteria of being ready and are good enough for us, but we're not giving that same value back. And we're also tainting the journey of someone who could be finding the one, and the one that you knew was not the one. You're messing that up for the future young man and young lady that are waiting for that one person that's getting scarred over and over, not just by you, but others who think like you and move like you, and try to get that because you're too busy avoiding what's inside of you to get that clear. Okay, to make sure you can have a clearer path. And don't forget, Lex Effect coaching and Lex Effect conversations, and right now is going to help you get there and beyond. It's not an upsell, it's upgrading yourself, is what you need to do. Free or not, people don't value what's free. Hell, they don't even value anything else that has a dollar on it for this point. But that's something you should understand. You only get one life, right? It is a YOLO. You only live once in this flesh. If you're brought back, blessed be, fulfill your mission, your purpose. But remember, you do only have one life. And this one that you're currently living, whether you survive death 100 times, you still just have this one right now, this reality today that you're living right now. And if you have children or those who depend on you in a more so matter, you understand that your life affects theirs so much tremendously. Mothers, stop allowing different men in your bed, in your bedrooms, in your house, entertaining the fact of something that you won't entertain with yourself, who won't sit down with yourself and have lunch, who won't sit there and just smile at what you have. I'm not saying you got to live lonely, but you have to understand that you're never alone because you have God. You have the creator. You have all the essence, the consciousness, and the breath that you breathe. And you have to create an environment for your children moving forward to where they can see, hey, she's doing it on her own healthily, and she's waiting, or mom is waiting for someone that God will put in her path when she aligns with who she is by the Spirit of God. She aligns with who she is as that human person that was put here in this body. She's going to attract and have that man gravitate towards her because of the energy and the flow of the essence that she's giving out. Same for dad. Same thing. Well, I have needs, you might say. I have the, well, you have to fight it. That's like a person saying they're rehabilitated. You think a person who is supposedly, I don't believe in I'm recovering anything. If you're done, you're done. But if you want to say that in the process of where you feel like you might go, back and forth, then it's different, right? That's how I feel. But a person who dealt with alcoholism, you think they're going to want to walk by a bar all the time and see people outside drinking tequila or different stuff? I mean, come on. Let's be real here. A person who's trying to overdo smoking a chimney, you're not going to want to, once you start smoking, you're not going to want to be around smokers because it's a trigger. And then on top of that, it throws you off now, right? The same thing. You might want to have a different diet. You're not going to hang around those same restaurants and the same people. Even if they have a good menu, you still got to get yourself aligned before you go back to that place that has that menu that's so tempting, where you're very solid in yourself to where you say, no, I'm going to grab this and this and this off the menu instead of that. Or I'm going to change the game. Yeah, it looks interesting. Or I'm going to modify what I was eating so I can enjoy it, but know my cap. It's the same, birds of a feather flock together. So let me tie this up as much as I can, okay? Don't entertain a situation that you're making a situation ship. Okay, it's not a player card. It's not people like me and all this. Because if you have to get 10 or 20 dates just to prove yourself as something, it's a problem. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me put a disclaimer out here. If you're going on a date, right, not soliciting your body, anything else, just saying, hey, I'm going to dress up, look nice, and we're going to go out for a casual dinner. And you're just talking and enjoying life and getting to know that person as a friend. Hey, by all means, have as many healthy dates as you can. Absolutely. Don't ever stop the people who coming on forward. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't date to just participate. And then all of a sudden you're leading them on to believe something, or maybe you believe the leading on. And you're probably saying, oh, you're looking at it from our perspective. Yeah, but there's too. You don't know their motives. You don't know how they feel. You don't know what they really want, even if they're telling you something in the moment. So go with the flow, keep yourself back, physically, at least in your emotions, and not too diarrhea at the mouth with all your personal business. Just, have a filter and get to know that person. And as time unravels, it'll go. If that person tells you, hey, you're not putting out, you're not doing it, well, you're not the one for me anyway. Because if you really truly were a friend or someone who really even wanted to be with me on that level, even looked at me, you wouldn't even be coming at me or thinking that way. So checkmate, boom. And you learn as you grow and you check off the marks. And look at it this way, a learning experience. You get a chance to get to know the people, right? Get to know people and how they move, not to have a stigma on yourself or your mind for people, but you get to that, or you just met a good personality. You learn someone's little bit of a life story or journey, and maybe you could help them through it, and they'll see a change through you too and say, man, I don't know what this person, him or her did, but it did something to me. Maybe I should reflect in myself, right? It's a very positive movement you can do. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing, right? I'm not saying it perfectly, maybe, but it is true. The flesh is weak. It will give into it all the time. Although we have to learn how to fight back. Okay. So dating for the chance of marriage expectation. Don't go in there expecting, oh, they're going to marry me. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And all of a sudden it doesn't happen. And then once again, you find yourself in this loophole of always jumping from the next and the next. I've helped many females, especially, and men find the ones that they're married to happily now with their children because of the conversations we had and the way we move and the coaching and the understanding dialect and the conversations and the counsel. And it could happen. I mean, once they change their mind and flip the switch in their mind, they literally found that relationship no more than 4 or 5 months later. And I wasn't even going in for relationship therapy or coaching. I'm just saying it's the Lex effect, baby. Get a part of it. So I'm just saying, and the repeating the process over and over whilst never upgrading yourself to align with the one within and without, right? I say without, I don't mean without like, oh, I don't have. I mean the one that's on the outside protecting and garnering you, and the one that's on the inside. And that is the most blessed name there ever be. Some people say Yeshaya, Yahashaya, Yeshua, blessed be the name. I am that I am, blessed be the name. But people have tried to make God so cliche. They've tried to make it because they see all the watered down Christians or the watered down, I don't really know. I mean, it could be. I know a lot of Muslims that are my friends and different ones too that I know that are not very hardcore in what they do. So everyone you go, so Muslims, whether it be Protestants or Christians or, the different ones, Hindi or whatever it might be. I can't say them all. There's always going to be a watered down version, a very dedicated version. And some people have ruined that for other people trying to find a faith, but the faith is always in God first and foremost. Understanding and connecting to the one that's always calling out to us. When I say be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit, that is not because it's a slogan to just say when we get off of here. It's because it's the truth. And the truth will make you free. Not like people say, they try to quote and say the truth will set you free. Yeah, it'll make you free to set you free. But the true words is make you free. And the truth is, spend some time with yourself. Spend some time with those around you. Notice and peep game. Look at life as a real good open replay movie and depict from it and become the next Neo or Nia in the Matrix, right? We're not Keanu Reeves, but we're our own Reeves, okay? Finding yourself to discover the right one. As you find yourself, you'll discover the right one. So I'll probably have a part 2. I'm not sure, but I hope this gave you enough. Maybe slow it down if it's a little too fast. Maybe that's my Spanish level here. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, let's not go and reap what we sow on the negative end. Put the good seed in there. Think about that as you watch your nieces or nephews or your children or your grandchildren, whatever it might be. There's still players running out here 80 years old. I've seen them. I know them. It's not okay to break hearts, even if it's a mutual understanding. It's okay to try to find the sickness so you can get it better. You can't do anything apart from the creator that happened, but discover that, open that, because at the end of the day, everyone's journey is how can I get closer to the path I'm on? The moment we're born here, we start the death roll. And then we get to the point of when we leave here, we get to the baby roll almost stage. And then we go and ascend back. When your breath goes back to the creator, what is it going to have in the message that was given? Well, I didn't know. I thought it was no. It's not about cars and trucks and buildings. It's not about social media all the time. It's not about, yeah, it connects people. It's not about just having the flashiest outfit or who had a Bugatti or a Chanel bag. It's not about all that. The everything in life is designed to keep us away from the self, and that's God. Everything that we have, yeah, entertains us, keeps us kind of not going nuts in a circle. But really, if we focus on all that is, we will be literally floating in the Himalayas. Like, I mean, think about it. Nothing is impossible with God. So I just want to say connect to the self, understand that it is the self and all that is that at I am, and be more than you can for the next person coming in, behind you, in front of you, whatever it might be. Be something and someone that can be a walking reflection of what true progress really is. So remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the spirit. I love you. You're amazing. Check us out. All of our links will be on the SoundCloud as realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com as well as realdoubledosechannel.com. Check out those things. We'll be rolling them out. We'll be having some offers and everything else. And a lot of things are going to be given just from the heart with our partnerships. Don't worry about it. But never be afraid to invest in yourself, because it shows just how much you really care about the self and moving forward, no matter what it is. So I will catch you on the flip side. And we'll be back with you very, very soon. Remember to hashtag love yourself, grow yourself, know yourself.